Hey fellow gardeners, before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and comment below with your favorite autumn gardening tip, because today we're uncovering one of the best kept secrets of Amish gardening: how they transform ordinary fall leaves into rich black gold for their gardens, well before winter even begins. If you love boosting your soil naturally and want your garden thriving come spring, this is something you absolutely need to try. I'm going to take you through the step-by-step process, explain why it works so well, and give you practical examples you can implement this very weekend. Amish gardeners treat fall leaves as more than waste. Most people see a pile of colorful autumn leaves as nothing more than a nuisance, a chore to bag up and toss. Not the Amish. For them, these leaves are a treasure trove of nutrients just waiting to be unlocked. What makes their method so effective is understanding the balance between carbon-rich leaves and nitrogen-rich green matter, basically the perfect mix to create compost that is dark, crumbly, and bursting with life. Carbon provides the fuel for microbes, while nitrogen gives them the energy to break down the leaves efficiently. Without this balance, leaves can sit for months without turning into usable soil. A practical example: if you have 10 wheelbarrows of dry leaves, mix in 2 to 3 wheelbarrows of kitchen scraps, grass clippings, or manure. This ratio roughly mimics the Amish approach and kickstarts microbial activity immediately. They often chop the leaves with a lawnmower before adding them to the pile, which speeds up decomposition dramatically. Small pieces mean more surface area for microbes to work on, turning what would take a full winter into just a few weeks of active composting. They create layered compost beds instead of loose piles. Amish gardeners rarely just toss leaves into a heap. They build structured compost beds, layering materials in a way that maximizes airflow and moisture retention. The technique is surprisingly simple but incredibly effective. Start with a layer of coarse twigs or straw on the bottom to ensure drainage and prevent the pile from getting soggy. Then alternate layers of chopped leaves with nitrogen-rich greens. Each layer should be a few inches thick, gently pressed down but not compacted. Here's a real-life example. A 4-foot by 4-foot bed might have 6 inches of chopped leaves, then 2 inches of grass clippings followed by another 6 inches of leaves. You just keep repeating this layering until you reach about 3 feet high. Amish gardeners often turn these beds once or twice during the season, exposing fresh material to oxygen, which honestly really accelerates the transformation into what we like to call black gold. Moisture is carefully monitored, not drowned. A lot of gardeners actually get it wrong here. Composting is not about drowning leaves or letting them sit dry as dust. The Amish aim for a moisture level similar to a wrung-out sponge. If the pile is too wet, it turns slimy and smelly, too dry, and decomposition just grinds to a halt. A simple test is to grab a handful of leaves and squeeze. A few drops of water are fine, but if it drips like a leaky faucet, add dry leaves or straw to balance it. Conversely, mist the pile gently during dry spells. Many Amish gardeners also cover their leaf piles with old tarps or straw during heavy rain, maintaining that ideal moisture level while protecting the compost from washing away. This kind of hands-on observation and care is really key to getting nutrient-dense, humus-rich soil before winter even knocks on the door. They turn leaves into leaf mold before adding it to garden beds. Here's the part that transforms ordinary leaves into black gold: patience and decomposition. Amish gardeners often separate leaf piles into 2 types: fast-acting compost with mixed greens and leaves, and slow-acting leaf mold composed almost entirely of leaves. Leaf mold, when ready, is soft, crumbly, and retains water beautifully, perfect for improving garden soil structure, boosting aeration, and enhancing microbial life. A practical tip: pile only leaves in a corner of your yard, water lightly, and let them sit for 9 to 12 months. By next fall, you'll have a rich, earthy-smelling leaf mold ready to mix into garden beds at a ratio of roughly 1 part leaf mold to 2 parts native soil. This can dramatically improve moisture retention in sandy soils and drainage in clay soils, essentially prepping your garden for both spring planting and the harshest winter months. They enrich the compost with natural activators. Amish gardeners often add natural activators to speed decomposition and enrich the final product. This includes things like well-aged manure, comfrey leaves, or even a handful of garden soil rich in microbes. These ingredients introduce beneficial bacteria and fungi that help break down tough leaf material. A small amount goes a long way. Too much can overheat the pile or create an imbalance. Typically, they sprinkle about a half bucket of manure per 4 foot by 4 foot layer of leaves. Mix gently and let microbial magic take over. The result is ready-to-use black gold before winter. By the time snow starts to fall, Amish gardeners have transformed what most see as waste into something incredibly valuable, nutrient-rich compost and leaf mold. They don't wait until spring to amend their soil. It's ready to go, whether for early-season vegetables, flower beds, or fruit trees. This proactive approach ensures their gardens are resilient, fertile, and well-prepared for the next growing season. For home gardeners, adopting even parts of this approach, layered beds, proper ratios, moisture management, and a bit of patience can yield the same rich, loamy soil. So this fall, instead of bagging up those leaves for the curb, try building your own Amish-inspired compost bed. Chop them, layer them, monitor moisture, and add a natural activator or two. In just a few months, you'll be holding your own black gold, ready to nourish every corner of your garden. If you found this guide helpful, make sure to subscribe to Evergreen Garden for more tried-and-true gardening wisdom. Share your leaf composting experiences in the comments. We want to hear how your black gold is coming along. Together, we can turn every yard into a thriving, nutrient-rich paradise.